Alright guys, so it's fairly early in the morning and I am headed to an estate sale. Now it's been a while since I've been to one of these, but these can usually be feast or famine. Fortunately, with certain websites, you can actually go and look and get a preview of some of the items that are going to be there. Now in this case, this particular house looks like it hasn't really been updated since the 80s, and the furnishings are from the 80s. Dishes and the appliances are from the 80s, for the most part at least, so it's pretty fascinating. Now, what caught my attention was this picture, which is an IBM 5150. While it's cool in itself, if you notice in this photo, it looks like it's been set up for use for 30 years or more. So I'm definitely intrigued by that. I mean, it's even got the printer and the manual sitting next to it as if somebody's going to thumb through it and use it. And a box of software that's just peeking out from the top of the frame in the photo. So really interested in this. I didn't see anything else in the photos, but if I can find a complete IBM PC setup from the original owner, that would be amazing. Now, for my international viewers, my last estate sale, some of you were asking what an estate sale is. Well, actually an estate sale is similar to what it sounds. It's basically everything on the property is being sold, whether that be for some type of circumstance relating to somebody passing away or a divorce or any number of things. Basically, though, somebody is trying to just sell all the contents inside of a house. My grandmother did it. She was downsizing to a smaller place, and she held an estate sale and sold most of the property that was inside of her home. So anyways, we're almost there, and let's see what we find.
Well, I arrived as soon as the estate sale opened, and there were a couple of people in line, but it wasn't terribly crowded. Now, I didn't immediately go looking for the IBM. I was kind of poking around and just seeing what else was around that maybe not have been in the photos. I went into the garage area, and there were some cassette tapes in there and a couple of AV cables, but outside of that, nothing really of interest. After that, I decided it was time to look for the IBM, and sure enough, rounded the corner, and there it was. Now, looking around, there was a lot more software than I originally thought. Several boxes full, actually. And what was interesting is there was a piece of paper clipped to the side of the monitor. It almost looked like startup instructions. Now, of course, I cringed whenever I looked at the sticker on the front and saw the price. $400, even half off. That's no thanks.
Well, so I just got done with the estate sale. I didn't buy much. A couple of AV cables. Didn't really see much there to interest me. A lot of records, though, but I'm not really big into collecting those. So the price on the IBM PC was $400, and then today is half off, so it's $200, which is still a good price because it looks like it's been sitting in the same spot since the mid-80s. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I don't think it's going to sell, it might, but I don't think so. What I'm going to do is come back here. This is the final day. I'm going to come back here this afternoon and lowball them because I'm way too cheap. $200, that's still a lot of money to pay for one of those, even though it's a good price. I'm going to roll the dice and come back down here later and see if I can get a better price on it. Alright, so through the magic of video editing, it's been 6 hours and you guys didn't even know about it. But I am headed back down to the estate sale. We're approaching the final hour on the final day. So I'm going to try to haggle with them and see if they'd be willing to let it go for a little bit better price than what they had it advertised at. Alright, so there's a lot of people here, and I'm guessing doing the same thing I'm doing, coming in at the very end of the estate sale and hoping to pick up some scraps. So let's go ahead and see if the thing's still there. I suspect it probably is, and if it is, if I can get it for the right price.
You said you beat your
Alright, still here. Somebody's powered it on. Holy crap, that's the box too. Wow, look at that. Well, with that, it was time to go up front and submit my offer. And the results are...
Summer in Texas. All right, so the reason I'm perspiring so much is because I got it. So what I did was I went in and offered them, first I asked them if they still had it available, because I did see it sitting in there. She said yes, they did have it available. I asked if I could make them an offer on it, and they said yes, and so I offered them $100 for everything, and they accepted it. Now, what I did not realize the first time I came here is that it comes with the box, and all of the manuals, documentation, everything is still like it's never been used. The box looks perfect. Now, I'm not a huge complete in box type collector, but from a historical perspective, that's just really cool to have. Looking forward to the air conditioning kicking on here, and then drive back home and get this thing set up and start playing around with it and check it out. Well, here it is, the IBM 5150 that I picked up today. Now, I've gotten this home, I've done a little bit of cleanup, but it's still pretty dirty. The most interesting part about this find was that it appeared as if the computer was still being used today in 2016. It was actually still set up, still had the printer attached, had a box of printer paper next to it, had a clipboard, as you'll see in this picture, with instructions next to it on how to start up the computer, how to launch certain programs, the commands that you need to type. Had the boot disk in drive A. It's really fascinating. Usually people dig these out of their attic. You know, these were probably retired 20 years ago. So to see one that was still set up in somebody's home, it looked like they may have still been using it. I've never seen anything like it. And to me, it was fascinating. I thought it was cool that this thing was still set up. It was really a time capsule. The stand that it was on that I couldn't grab, unfortunately, even matched the computer. I did grab the keyboard tray, which is kind of nice. The computer does work. Now, as you can see here, I opened it up and it's got a couple expansion cards installed. It's got an AST 6-pack Plus, which I believe brings it up to 640K, which is a pretty common upgrade. It's also got a hard card, which is a MFM controller that's got a hard drive built in, 20 megabyte hard drive. Now, I can't seem to get it to boot up to that. I don't know enough about them, how to configure those. So there's still a lot left to do to really get into this machine. Right now, it just boots up to the floppy disk. But honestly, this computer is so cool. I mean, this is a piece of history. This is the grandfather to any Windows or x86 based PC today. Now, what really blew me away was the fact that this actually came with the box, the original box. Not only that, and I didn't find this out until later, but I've actually got some receipts and a letter from IBM, which I'll show you here, basically thanking you for the purchase of the computer and where to get support and things like that. So that's really neat. Whoever bought this computer originally took really good care of it and kept all their documentation, basically treated it like most people treated computers in the 80s as an appliance. You know, you buy it, it's the only one you'll ever need, or at least for years and years to come, and held on to receipts. I did notice one thing: the B drive does not have the IBM emblem stamped on it. It has been replaced at some point, but in fact, it was replaced in July 22nd of 1986, according to this receipt. The B drive was having some problems, so it was replaced at Computerland in Roswell, New Mexico. So there's a paper trail in this computer going back to basically when it was originally purchased. Now, it's a cool thing to find a computer like this in the wild, but to find one that's got so much documentation, original box paperwork, somebody's taken care of it, and the fact that it was still set up like somebody was using it, it's just mind-blowing. I've never seen anything like it. What am I going to do with this? Of course I'm going to keep it, because it's just, I mean, the story behind it and the fact that it was still being used, or at least appeared to be the case, I'm definitely going to keep it. I'd like to set it up, to keep it set up here in this, this is a spare bedroom. I just think it looks so cool just sitting here. It doesn't even have to be powered on. Yeah, we'll see if the wife goes for it or not. I think it's a pretty good decoration. So anyway, I'm going to be going through these boxes of discs and trying to figure out what kind of software we got here. I didn't even have a chance to even go through it all yet. There's so much software, several boxes full. And I really feel like I got a great deal on this. For $100 for everything. And at the time, I didn't realize the box
came with this as I was kind of digging around, because they said, hey, anything computer related, take it. And so I was digging around that specific area, and I saw the box, and you saw in the video, I was like, oh, holy crap, they've actually got a box here. This, it's been dry the last couple months. February was a crazy month for computer hunts. It was nonstop. It's been dry for a while, but then coming across this makes it all worth it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this computer hunt, and thank you for watching. Oh, you gotta love how it's just drawing every line. Oh, that's fantastic.